From Divine Sister of the Light Sangita Handa, the 6-6 portal of intense duality has a love-hate story to reveal. The 6-6 portal today, 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Not surprising that the below-mentioned story is being conveyed today. 6 is a highly dual number for Earth and humanity and our solar system. Whilst on one hand 6 denotes Venus, planet of love and abundance, and along with Lord Sanat Kumara and his twin goddess of Venus, our regent lords, 6 also represents the dark Lucifer, Luciferian consciousness. And if you have read the Blu-ray 1 tablet part 1, the 66.6% of the dark requirement. So this makes it a highly potent number of duality to its highest level. Therefore, notwithstanding, I understand why the below information is being released today on the 6-6 portal of love and darkness, as both played an important role in the golden era of God consciousness upon earth. How the dark, camouflaged as love, reigned as light until the deception was unveiled. Both ruled then as 6-6 energies to the hilt. The below written is such a 6-6 love-hate story outplay itself. The body of Pharaoh Akhenaten have never been found and shall not. There was no body left to be buried. His murder was excruciatingly unbelievable, a butcherous annihilation of a body with a soul living in it. Nothing of him was left, and what was cremated by Kia, with due respect. However, with her, Kia or Kaya, Akhenaten's second and rightful wife, there is another kind of torture, horrendous story that pursued and led to her being embalmed, with her eyes nailed open and hot wax embalming oil poured onto them, and thereafter buried alive, under a famous temple of Egypt. Only their son Tutankhamun, Tutankhamun's body was meant to be discovered, and therefore his tomb was excavated. Nefertiti too is buried, and someday perhaps her body shall be discovered. But she was not the mother of Tutankhamun, an important revelation. Tutankhamun's mother was not Nefertiti. You can figure who then was his true mother. Father is known, of course. What a terrible end to a golden era of high light. All records and relics were literally obliterated, and thereafter history was rewritten by one woman and the relegated priests of that period. By the woman who was recognized as the dark and thus scorned and rejected at the very end, and by the priests who lost their power and position in Akhenaten's reign of 17 years in the 18th dynasty of Egypt's new kingdom. They together took revenge and entirely changed the history of that golden Satyug to suit their agenda and regain the lost power, when one consciousness was understood and revered. Akhenaten, like Moses, Akbar, Arthur, Thoth, all high light beings, anchored the wisdom of one God. He placed the then Amun-Ra, God that the power broker Cabal priests worshipped exclusively, with Aton. So who is or who was Aton? Aton is the higher presence of the great central sun of Sirius, the headquarters of God's light for our galaxy. Akhenaten referred to Aton as the one God consciousness for humanity on Earth, and rightly so, since Aton is the highest light consciousness for our galaxy, being the higher presence of the HQ of light where God's light for the Milky Way galaxy is anchored for all life in that galaxy. Notwithstanding, all was annihilated as Tel El Amarna, the kingdom of Akhenaten, and with it all his teachings and wisdom. Everything was changed to make one woman, most revered at present for her beauty, famous, and reposition the priests back to power. However, all revered today are of the veiled darkness. Man knows not the truth, but as usual is drawn to the darkness which is perceived as beautiful. Herein 6-6 energies of love and darkness thrived to their fullest bloom, and mass consciousness was unaware and believed whatever was present. May you all today live the love energy of 6, but recognize and acknowledge the darker side of 6 as well, because darkness is not to be feared but understood. Darkness is the yearning for light. In darkness we see the light, and when we receive the light, the joy experienced is unfathomable. Darkness enables our yearning for the light, inspirationally moves us, pushes us towards the light so we may experience the joy of being in the light, of being the light. This is why we volunteered to descend and play the game when the first trumpet was sounded by Gaia, introducing her blueprint of total I am not, explained so beautifully by Lord Sanat Kumara Thoth Buddha in the voice of silence. We emerged from the I am and passionately entered the game of I am not to realize what truly the I am is all about. Living in the light continuously doesn't allow the soul to be aware of the beauty and joy of pure absolute light. It is taken for granted. Darkness gives the soul an opportunity to see the light, realize the light, recognize the light, and to know the light. Truth emerges from darkness. How can you see and know the truth when you have no opposing energy defining it? However, darkness has no meaning if beings get lost in it, allow themselves to dissolve in its acidity, or if people refuse to be led by the darkness to see the light. An awakening only occurs when there is darkness. That then becomes the highest experience in the I am not. When a being awakens to the light within, realizes he or she is not of the dark, they are not duality. She is not evil and negative. He is not fear, disease, death, destruction, and lack. He exits the star program of Gaia. He has played and participated in the game of the I am not and emerged victorious, with now full and absolute love for the light he is. Lord Buddha, when asked who he is, because of the halo of golden light that walked a mile before him on earth, he simply answered, I am awake. This is indeed the answer of a fully awakened man from the darkness he dwelled in, but conquered it by understanding what he was being shown, and allowed to be moved by darkness back into the light. Hereby darkness served its purpose, and man fulfilled his purpose for volunteering into the opposite of the I am. This is the meaning of the 6-6 portal of light and darkness on earth. From SangitaHonda.net.